Hi guys, this is Dan from Magic Pachinko Restorations with another short video of a vintage pachinko machine. Pardon my dirty clothes, this is my work outfit and it's still kind of chilly up here, only about in the mid-40s. So today this is a Nishijin Model B. I think this is a 75 if I remember right. Customer's machine that I did a full restoration on. We are definitely getting closer to 300. I should check, I guess, but keep subscribing. I appreciate it. And obviously go to Magic Pachinko Restorations, especially if you have questions that are going to take any kind of a detailed answer. Go to the website and ask your questions there. It's much easier for me to do it on YouTube, or I'm sorry, my website than it is on YouTube. So again, Nishijin Model B. One thing that I wanted to mention on these, that I do full restorations in the sense that I replace the playfields. Probably 95% of the time when I tell people about the different levels of service that I do. I will restore a machine without doing a playfield, but the difference between the old playfields and the new playfields is literally night and day. The colors, especially red, the red pigment in the printing that they used back then was very susceptible to UV light, and it faded terribly. Not only on the playfields, but actually on the paint that they used on the attractions and so on and so forth. So I do a lot of red painting on some of the machines. But this is the original playfield. So if you look at this, this one doesn't have a whole lot of water staining. It's got probably normal water staining, and if you look at it, the colors that are on it don't look bad. But if you compare that to this is what it originally looked like. So you take a look at it's a dark green, not this faded out lime green. It was a red, not the orange, because so much of the red faded out of this. And then the blue is actually a completely different color than this, almost turquoise. So it makes a huge difference in the looks of your machine. And if you're going to spend the money to get one restored, the difference between not having the playfield put on and having one is $150, and $50 of it is to pay for this. So still your choice. If you decide to have me restore a machine for you, but I think if you're going to spend that kind of money and have it as a family heirloom, then having this replaced becomes definitely worth it. So enough of the sales pitch. Let's show you this machine in action. This one has the metal legs on it. I usually put wooden feet on mine. The metal legs work just as well. The only drawback to the metal legs is that it doesn't allow to have the cabinet open because this is in the way, which is okay because you're going to have the whole back side open anyway, so it's not a big deal. That's what she looks like on the back, and nice and clean. The wiring was good on this one. I had to make some solder improvements, and quite often they replace the fuse with just a hunk of aluminum or something. Not that that's a big deal, the current is so low in these, but I do use 12 volt wall transformer that you can quick disconnect. So we'll plug this in, and the ball out light will come on. That's controlled by this leaf switch right here, and right now this is down, making the contact because there are no balls in the upper hopper. Excuse me. So we'll get some balls. The first thing you want to do is make sure that the ball dump latch is secure. I've highlighted it in red, so this end and this end have to be together. The two red pieces need to be together. What that does is there's two white legs right in here, and they create a bridge that allow the balls to come down, go around, and travel all the way across and drop into the jackpot chamber. If this is open like that, then the balls will go down the exit chute and empty out. So you want to make sure that this is over before you start. The other thing you want to check with any pachinko machine before you play is the positioning of the seesaw. Right now the seesaw is down like this, which is not the way you want it. You want it up like that. So there's a little push rod right here, and again I've highlighted it with a red arrow. You simply just push up and it brings the seesaw into the right position. If the seesaw's down and a winning ball comes in, the winning ball just hits the end of the seesaw and doesn't go anywhere. If the seesaw's up, it hits the seesaw, then the seesaw tips, allows the ball to continue so that it pays the jackpot, and then the system will reset it. So just keep that in mind. So after you check this and this, you just want to take a handful of balls and make sure that they run down into the jackpot. The first time I tested this, I had this over, but what I didn't realize is there's two legs in there, and one of the legs was where it belonged, the other one wasn't. So as I didn't take my own advice. I grabbed this and just dumped it, and balls went everywhere. So handful of balls. They run in, everything's fine. Now you can go ahead and fill your upper hopper. You want to put 95% of the balls that you own in the upper hopper. You'll need something that will span between here where the winning ball drops out of the machine and here where the losing ball drops out of the machine. These are nice. Unfortunately, I don't have a supply of them, but essentially this is what you need to catch the balls as they drop out of the machine. The rest of these balls are going to go in the feed tray. So you've got two feed trays here. The upper one is where the balls feed into the machine and the payout comes. If this does get overloaded, I had a question the other day, if this does get overloaded, then the machine will automatically just start to drop the balls out of the lower tray. So if you see balls coming out of the lower tray, that means you've got more than enough balls here. You can push this back, and it will allow balls to drop here. And then what you want to do is just take them up and over and into the main hopper. But for now, obviously, we need some here. So I'll put this back so it'll catch the balls. Now, the first time that you're going to launch a ball, nothing happens. It takes one cycle for a ball to get onto the launch ramp. And now they'll go. And there you go. You got to win. So this is what really sets this machine off is the center attraction. This is a very cool center attraction. It's a dragon character. You can access it dropping right straight down from the top, and once it goes down in, there are 3 places that it can go. If it drops on this side, it'll go internally over and open this tulip. This side, it'll internally go over and open this tulip, and if it goes down the middle, it'll drop through and open both of these. When the tulips are open, it's a much larger target than when they're closed, so it's a lot easier to win. I try to set the nails on these things so that you're going to win a lot. I mean, you're not a pachinko parlor, so you're not playing for the house. You're playing for your own enjoyment. Let's see if we can get a few more wins here. Okay, so that time it went down through here, bounced, went over, opened this tulip, and then gave us the win. So now it's going to be a little easier to get the ball into these tulips. Ideally, when you play pachinko, there's a spring tension on this. You can adjust it. It's on the back. If you press all the way down and let go, typically the ball will go all the way over, hit the bumper, and stay on the right side of the machine. If you don't launch quite as hard, that time it went over. Okay, there we go. Yeah, if you don't launch quite as hard, it'll stay on the left side. Ideally, you want the ball to come up into this area and then drop. You want it to try to drop down through the center because that's going to open up the tulips for you. So there you go. There's your new pachinko machine. It should be a family heirloom and last forever now. Hope you enjoy it. Thanks.